Hello and welcome to episode 25 of Auntie Danny Knits. I'm Danny and it's been a while. I believe the last time I recorded was the 1st of June and now it is July 9th. So it's been a little while. But stuff happens, life happens, things happen. And a lot of it wasn't stuff happening to me, it was stuff happening around me, and I just needed to deal. So I did. And I dealt a little bit by doing some knitting. When I sat down to get myself ready to record, I thought, man, I haven't done anything. And no, it turns out that I'm wrong. I've done stuff. I just haven't done a lot of stuff I can show you. The first thing I did, well, this I did a long time ago, but this was my test knit for Tyga Hilliard. The pattern is Jessica, and it's a little girl dress. And it's out of that super fun, I say it's Bee Sweet yarn and a rainbow color. All the details are up on my project page, but the pattern has been released, so I can show you now. And this, I believe I did the 18 to 24 month size for my littlest niece, and I will be sending that off fairly shortly so that she can wear it through a little bit of summertime. But it is done, it is released, and so I wanted to show you. Unfortunately, several of the other things I've finished are also test knits that I can't show you. I've actually finished 1, 2, 3, 4 in the last month. Not all big things. 3 of them were baby things and 1 of them was a cowl. And as soon as those patterns are released, I will be showing you the finished objects. 2 of them I actually don't have anymore. I gave them to coworkers who are having babies. But the rest of them I still have, and I even have pictures of those, so I'll be able to show you the pictures. But that was the Jessica dress. Wow, I just leapt into it, didn't I? No intro to this section. Whatever. I'll put a title tag in post. Sound all fancy post-production. Like I do a big pile of editing. Anyway. Oh, guys, it's gonna be that kind of night. Sorry. It's been a long day. The next thing I finished is actually a sweater for me. This sweater is Oatmeal by Jane Richmond. I used Malabrigo Mecca in the color Rojas, and I love this nice tonal foresty green. It is fairly simple. It's got a whole bunch of ribbing at the waist and at the cuffs. I think I actually put more on the cuffs than the pattern called for. I think it called for 1 inch, and I think I did 4 or 5 inches to kind of mimic the bottom here. And I like it. It's more fitted than I've gone for generally in the past, but I like it. And it's cozy, super cozy, so I'm totally not going to be wearing it for months because, yeah, I'm in the South and it gets hot. So maybe I was a little bit crazy to knit a bulky sweater in the middle of summer, but whatever. I really enjoyed it. I used 5 skeins. I think I did the medium size or 38-inch bust size. That's normally what I go for. I used 650 yards. I used my US 10 and 10.5 ChiaoGoo interchangeables. And again, it's very basic. There's not a whole lot of shaping to it, but the ribbing gives it a bunch of shaping. And I believe I did the neck. Did I do something different to the neck? No, I think what I did was, that's what I did. It's supposed to have a whole lot of negative ease, like 4 inches of negative ease or something, and I'm just not that comfortable with myself yet. So I didn't knit the 38. I knit like the 42 or the 44, something much bigger than what I thought I was going to need. And so the neck on me is more of a boat neck when I put it on instead of a crew neck, and I actually like that better. It's more comfortable for me. I don't find wool to be super itchy, but I mean, you can see, I don't like things super close up at my neck. It's not so much that it feels itchy as it feels choky, and I don't like to feel choky. But I'm super happy with this. I tried it on, and it fits very nicely. I believe I took a picture. Now I don't even remember. I'll have to look at my Ravelry page later. I know I took pictures of it on my my little torso dummy thing. And if I didn't take pictures modeled on me, as soon as it gets cool enough that I don't melt trying to go outside to do pictures in natural light, then I will take some more. So there's that one. What else did I finish? I finished my Star Wars Sock Saga socks for me in the color Luke. Yes, I still have to weave in ends and I have to take off all my markers, but mine are done. So I will probably not tonight because I'm not feeling like weaving in ends tonight, but sometime this week I'll weave in the ends and take out all my markers and put them on my soft blockers and get them all prettied up to go with the other pile of Star Wars Sock Saga socks. And yeah. The next thing, I have so many things. I'm impressed with myself. Like I said, I thought I had nothing, but it turns out I have things. So the next thing is a pair of gifts for a pair of coworkers. So two of the girls I work with, they're both, well, there are 6 that are pregnant right now, but there are 2 that we're having a shower for tomorrow, actually, and the babies are going to be cousins. The one girl's brother is the father of the other girl's baby. They're so cute. They're such sweet girls. But one of them is totally obsessed with gnomes. And so I made her a little gnome set. So it's a teeny tiny little gnome hat for the baby with the gnome beard all attached. So it's just, I knit the hat and then I crocheted around the bottom edge and then crocheted on the beard, super fast and easy, and then just a little bunting bag to go with it. And then for baby cousin, did the same thing in the reverse colors. So isn't that going to be so stinking cute? I love it. I'm super excited about it. I know they're going to love it. I think it's going to make adorable newborn pictures because they're already talking about how they're going to do pictures together because the babies are cousins and they're due within like 2 weeks of each other. So it's going to be adorable. So stinking cute. But yeah, I finished those up this past weekend actually. Gotten a little bit close, but no, I'm fine. So for that, the hat and the bunting were Hobby Lobby I Love This Yarn in red and royal. And the floofy stuff was Yarn Bee Snuggle Up in the color white. I knit the hat on a US 5 and the bunting on a US 5 and then 7 for this. And I crocheted, I believe I used a 4.5mm crochet hook to do the little baby beard. And through the magic of editing, I've changed. Well, I haven't changed, I've just put on my cowl. So this is my undertone cowl. It's a pattern by Tin Can Knits. I knit it using Frabjous Fibers Cheshire Cat mini skein set in the Down the Rabbit Hole colorway, and it's really pretty teals from a super dark up to a pale. And then the white, I want to say, is maybe, it might be Cascade Heritage, or it might be Sheila's Gold from Wool to Die For. I don't really remember. It was an undyed white or cream that I had in my stash that didn't have a label on it. But this was super quick and easy. I knit it with the fingering weight yarn on US 4. The pattern itself actually called for a DK weight and US 7s, but I didn't have enough DK weight, or I certainly didn't have DK weight in a gradient. But I wanted to show you this because this gradient set I've used for 2 other projects and it just won't die. I've got like 8 grams left of each ball still. I just can't get rid of it. I probably don't have 8 grams left, it's more like 3. But still, I've got good sized little balls of each of these colors left, all 5 of them. And even some of the white. So I'm debating what I'm going to do to use it up, but I used it for 2 other test knits because it just turned out that everything I had to test knit, well, not everything, but 2 of the 4 things that I test knit needed gradient sets, and I love these colors, so I did 2 other projects with these lovely colors. Let me take it off so I can hold it up a little bit closer. And yeah, I really like it. I'm a big fan of tin can knit stuff in general. I don't know, I've been really into cowls lately. I'm really enjoying knitting them. I'm super excited about knitting them. But they're not really something I wear because it's not cold here. The good news is my family all seems to love them, so it's probably going to be a gift. Maybe even for my bestie Donna, because I know she loves these same tealy blues, so yeah, that's a possibility. But I really like this too, so I may just keep it for me. I really like the effect. Like, I mean, if you look super close, you can see that I've done 5 repeats of each color. But if you hold it back far enough, it does look way more of a blended gradient than just sets of color. So anyway, I like this. This is my undertone done in fingering instead of in DK. And I think that's all of my finished objects. Yeah, because I've got the 2 baby things and the other baby thing and the cowly thing that I can't talk about. But like I said, as soon as those patterns are released, I'll be showing you what I've done. So that does give me a reasonable amount to start with for Stash Dash, but oh goodness, there's still a lot more that I've got to knit. I feel like I'm not really going to be all that successful with Stash Dash this year. Most years I am, but this year I'm just not feeling it. But that's okay, right? Right. So let's talk about what I am working on. Alright, so first thing I've been working on a bit are my NICU noggins. I haven't added a whole lot. I really don't think I'm going to catch up to the 104 that I had last year, but I'm still having fun making them. They're cute, they're tiny, and they're for a good cause. So that is still traveling around with me as my purse knitting. It's what I work on at lunch, but I gotta say the last couple of weeks I haven't worked on them at lunch because I've been reading books, and I miss reading. So it's nice to be able to read. I mean, I like knitting too, but I knit in the evenings, so lunches have been for reading. But those are some of the NICU noggins. Again, not too much progress on those. The next thing I've been working on are what I'm calling my patriotic socks. They are a red, white, and blue. I started these on the 4th of July. This is using some lollipop yarn. This is the Yankee Doodle color, and it is super cute. I don't know if that's actually going to focus or not. And then it's got the contrast heel and toe in red, so I'm just past the heel on the first sock. And I think these are going to be relatively shorty socks. I like shorty socks. But I'll probably do, I don't know, I'm on blue, so I'll probably do, I may do the red and the white, and then do a little bit of red cuff, and then I'll be in the right place to start blue at the next toe. So that's just living in the little organza bag that the lollipop yarn came in. But this is good for a point for Into the Wool, so yay for that. I have also worked on my Christmas scarf. So last time you saw it, it was around here, and I got this much more done. Nice, huh? I used it, when did I knit on this? I knit on it in the car a little bit the other day, but I mostly knit on it, I try to use this to knit while I'm watching movies. And I'm trying to remember what we went to see. Oh, Deadpool! So, yeah, so about half of this was knit during Deadpool, and then the rest was knit during Dirty Dancing. A friend of mine and I, we went to our local theater a couple weeks ago because they show classics on, I think, Wednesdays and Sundays, and we went to the Sunday showing of Dirty Dancing. Super excited because she and I are both grew up being dancers, and that was the movie that all the dancers watched, at least in our age group. I guess when you talk to younger ones now, it's not so much their dance movie, but it was our dance movie. Oh, and it was so awesome on the big screen. Oh, and even though I've watched it like dozens of times, I still caught some things that I don't remember from before. And I don't know if they were maybe edited out of the DVD that I watch or what. Or maybe I just wasn't paying attention because it wasn't something that I paid attention to when I first watched it because I was a kid and those were jokes that I wasn't supposed to get. But anyway, I got a good chunk of knitting done on this. And in about 2 weeks, Top Gun is playing at one of the theaters. So we're talking about going and seeing that. I've got a movie pass, and I gotta say, I feel like I'm using the movie pass more for classic movies than for current ones. Whatever. I like it, and that's all that matters. I'm seeing movies. I'm happy with it. I'm seeing my one a month and getting my money's worth. I'm good. Yeah. So the last thing I've got that I'm working on, I have just joined in the round and started on my second skein. This is upside down. Let's turn it right side up. This is the Summer Ease tank by Tyga Hilliard. So the top corners are going to get stitched together, and the top part is knit. Ooh, don't lose stitches. I'm going to use a tool that I made that I'm going to show you later to fix that. Secure that there. Sorry. So this, the top part is done in garter, and then the bottom is in stockinette. I've got like 4 rows of stockinette so far, but it's super squishy. I love it. I think it's going to be nice and light, not too light and not too heavy. This has sort of been my tradition for Into the Wool. I will buy an extra skein of whatever Unwind Yarn Company yarn comes in the goodie bag, and I make myself a top for the following year. I think this will be the 3rd one that I've done. So yeah, because it only takes 2 skeins for me to do like a summer top. So this yarn is Into the Wool Honeymoon Sock, and the color is Without a Paddle, and I love it. It's really pretty. Trying to get a good, yeah, that's a pretty good representation. Looking a little bit reddish. So it's very seafoam green with browns and blues. It's a really nice combo. Oh, there, that's close to what it looks like. I really like it, and it's super squishy. I've got my stitch marker here. So in yesterday's session, I knit that much. This is from Tilting Planet. It's just a little bauble filled with lovely little stars. I like it. It's cute. And all of this is living in my bag from Tiffany, the project bag. And yeah, I'm having a lot of fun working on this. It's if you follow me on Instagram, this is a thing that I was complaining about. 11 inches is so much because I had to knit 11 inches of this part. 11 inches isn't that much. I swear it's not. It was just one of those, I'm ready to wear it, and I'm not usually a product knitter like this. Normally I'm just about I want to knit, so give me something to knit. But this one I actually just really want the finished object, so that's why I was whining a little bit about so many inches left, and now I've got like another 15 inches to knit. I'm fine. I'm just being melodramatic. But no, it's gonna be super cute. I'm really looking forward to it. So I think that's everything. Yeah, that's everything that I worked on. So the other thing I'm going to talk about is some not knitting stuff. Well, not knitted stuff that I made. So the first thing is this little doohickey. So it is, I don't even know what to call it, but I got something similar from Gelby. It was a gift from a friend, from a knitting friend. But I love the idea of having something to keep my needles together. And I only have the one from Gelby, and I found these on clearance. These little, they're eyeglass cord connectors. I have no idea what to call them. It took me forever to find them because I didn't know what the heck they were called, but I found them on clearance. I'm like, well, I'm just going to buy them and I'm going to make myself a couple. But I used just a little charm that's actually, it's a kid's eraser. But I thought it was just super cute. And so this is the part that you normally put. You'd have your chain around your neck for your sunglasses and put that on the edge so you could take them down and not worry about losing them. But if you just stick your needles through there and tighten it up, it keeps you from losing your stitches. They can't go past it. So anyway, I like the idea of having something like this for when I toss stuff in my bag or pick it up. That's the problem. Putting it down is not a problem. It's when I pick it back up that everything seems to fall off. So I wanted to show you that. And then the other thing that I made, I had so much fun this past week. One of my friends at work does a lot of essential oils, doTERRA oils. And I had picked up some from her. I get a lot of headaches. I always have. That's been something that I've dealt with for all of my adult life is headaches. That seems to be my body's default reaction to change in weather, change in air pressure, change in temperature, change in season, change in time of day. That's just, I get headaches pretty easily. And when I was in high school, I had found this essential oil blend, and it worked really well to not necessarily eliminate my headaches, but definitely took the edge off of them. You know, there were still some that would happen, like when it rained crazy, I would still get a headache, but it kept sort of the day-to-day headaches manageable. Like, I could function. And a few weeks ago, I was talking with this coworker, and we ended up coming up with a set of 4 oils for me to try blending. And I really am happy with the result. So I'm not wearing it right now, but I've got one of those little lockets that has the perforations in it, and it's got the piece of felt or leather or whatever inside that you soak with the oil so that you get a little bit of that scent all day. And it's been making a difference in just the day-to-day levels of my headaches, which is really nice. But there was a lot of oil, like way more than I need. So I was trying to think of other things to do with it. I thought, wouldn't it be nice to do lotion bars for my Into the Wool roommates, because I like doing some sort of little thing for them. So this week I messed around with it, and I bought these little lip gloss tubies, and I bought a bunch of different oils. And butters. I got cocoa butter and shea butter and coconut oil and safflower oil and beeswax. And I've tried, I've got 4 different mixes that I've tried. And so I'm messing around with them over the next couple of weeks to see how I like them. But it's just, I poured it into a little lip gloss container so that I can just rub it on. And, you know, I can rub on a little bit and then rub my hands together. Or if I've got like a particularly rough patch, sometimes I get rough patches along the side of my hand, I could just grab this and, you know, put some on that patch and not have to worry about getting both my hands all greasy and whatnot. It seems to soak in nicely. It doesn't take super long to absorb. And I love that it's in this sort of container. I find this is a lot easier to toss in my purse and not worry about. This one is lavender, so I use some of the lavender oil, and it's just, why am I holding it up? It's not like you can smell it through the camera. Good grief, Danny. But anyway, so I've made several different recipes, some with the cocoa butter, some with the shea butter, some with the coconut oil, some with a little bit of each, some with beeswax, some without, because I wanted to see sort of which formula feels better on my hands. And which ones I like. I noticed that the cocoa butter one definitely has a chocolatey smell to it, but I mixed that with some peppermint oil. Oh, it smells like mint chocolate chip ice cream on your hands. It's delicious. Assuming you like mint chocolate chip ice cream. If you don't, well, you don't. But that's the other fun not knitting crafty stuff I've been up to in the last month. So I've been fairly well behaved when it comes to acquiring new yarn. I actually just got some in the mail from Autumn and Indigo Fibers. This one is her classic sock. It's a 75/25 superwash merino nylon in the color Finley. It's hand-dyed in South Carolina. Really pretty. I really like this. And I also got her Posh mohair, and it is a lace weight mohair. 72% kid mohair, 28% silk, and again it's in the Finley color. This is for a future project that I can't really talk about much, but super pretty, and I'm super excited to use it. So that was fun to get. And I also acquired a second ball of this Barocco Remix Light. One of my knitting friends was clearing out some of her stash. Hi, Lindsay. And so I actually grabbed this from her because I've got a skein of this as well. And at 432 yards, if I get 2 of them, that's going to be about 850-ish yards, which again is enough for a light summery top for me. And this is nylon, cotton, acrylic, silk, and linen. So I think it'll actually be a very nice light shirt type top, maybe even a short sleeved cardigan thing. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do with it, but I'm going to have fun with it. I think it'll be a pretty cool thing to mess around with. So I'm going to try using some of this. I also got a couple of skeins of the Loops and Threads Wool Like in a nice burgundy color, and that I'm just going to use. Well, I had great plans to use it for more Nikki Noggins, but I don't know that I'll get around to using it because I still have a ton of other yarn to use for those. I'm not going to get through them all, but that's okay because I plan to try to get back in next year and I'll stock up again. So I think that's all for this time. I feel like it might have been a shortish episode. Sorry. Maybe that's also because the last one was so long, going through all those whips, most of which I haven't touched. That's okay. Yarn's not gonna go bad, I don't think. Yeah, it's fine. Like I said, there's just been life stuff going on that has had me, I don't know, kind of downish, and just not in a place where I wanted to sit down and talk about my knitting, because I just wanted to sit down and curl up with my knitting and ignore the world. But now I'm done ignoring the world. I'm gonna get up, I'm gonna put on the big girl panties and deal with it all. But yeah, that's where I am with stuff. So I'm going to continue making things, knitting my fingers off. I've still got test knits coming up, so there's going to be more that you can't see. Sorry. But some of these test knits should be getting released soon, so you'll be able to see past ones, right? And yeah, hopefully it won't be so long until next time, but even if it is, please come back. Next time will be time for another drawing for the Sock It To Me Knit Along, so keep entering your socks, and there'll be a new prize winner next time. I think that's it, so I will see you all later.